The list of expenditure tab is the core of the partner finance report. You will indicate here all the costs paid during the reporting period. It is possible to add delayed expenditure in the next period, for instance, to report in report 2 costs paid in semester 1, but it is impossible to report expenditure after the end date of the reporting period. Let's add an expenditure item to see this. In the date of payment, I'm indicating a date after the end of the reporting period, and you see that there is an error message. This is not the only error message that you will see in this section. As you start working on listing your expenditure, you will realize that most of the fields are obligatory. If you miss one, the error message will inform you in which item there is a problem. So for each cost category, for each cost item, you need to first indicate the cost category. Let's start with staff costs and go column by column. So the first column, contract number, is irrelevant for staff costs. The next one, application form item number or month. In this one, you will need to indicate the month for which the staff costs are reported. In the description field, you provide details regarding the cost, and in the employee supplier, you indicate for which employee the cost is reported. In the next column, you are asked for a document reference number of the document based on which you are reporting costs. And in the following 2 columns, you indicate the date of this document and the date of payment. Let's correct it so that it fits in our reporting period. You see now it is green. The currency by default is set to euro, but you can change it if you are from a non-euro country. The exchange rate will then be displayed and stay fixed at a rate valid at the moment of submission to the controller. You can then declare the amount in your local currency, and the total amount declared in euros will be automatically calculated by the system. Another cost category that you will be using quite often is external expertise and services. Most of the fields work in the same way as for the staff cost, so I will not repeat this information. Let's just focus on 2 fields that work differently. So first is the contract number field. Here, in case the expenditure is related to a contract above 10,000 euros, you will need to choose this contract from the drop-down menu. To appear in the list, the contract will have to be previously added in the procurement tab. Otherwise, NA needs to be selected. In this example, you can see that no contracts have been added yet, so the drop-down contains only NA. Another field important for external expertise and services is application form item number or month. Here, in case of the staff cost, you needed to indicate a month. For external expertise and services, the list is different. You need to indicate here the item planned in the application form to which this expenditure relates. So these items and their more detailed description are visible in your application form in section F2. You can find it by going to your left-hand side menu and clicking on F2. All partners are listed here, so you need to find your planned costs in the list. Going back to the finance report, list of expenditure. To make your work easier, in the drop-down, you can see not only the item number, but also the type of cost. In case the item has not been planned, there is an option of selecting unplanned under the relevant type of cost. The situation is similar for equipment and infrastructure and works cost categories, contract number and fields, and contract number fields and application for item number field work the same as for the external expertise and services. And also for these 2, you have special sections in the application form where you can see what items have been planned for the partners. So F3 for equipment, F4 for infrastructure and works. The vast majority of partners have chosen to report travel and accommodation costs as a flat rate. So for these partners, this cost category does not appear in the list of expenditure. It is automatically calculated in the financial overview tab. But if you are one of the partners who will report travel and accommodation on a real cost basis, this cost category will appear here in the cost category dropdown.